Hello, everyone. I just wanted to come on and share something briefly with you. Just a nugget, some wisdom, some knowledge. First of all, I hope you find yourself in a place of peace. I'm excited because I just came back from Minca. There's a place in Colombia called Minca. Then you have jungles there. And I had an opportunity to go to the jungle and really to a treehouse and just chill out for a couple of days and to disconnect from and to reconnect, right? And so I'm excited. I feel great. I feel alive. I feel connected. I feel rejuvenated. I feel recalibrated. But I wanted to share something with you and just thinking about life and during my journaling this morning, I wrote some things out and my experiences. And life is a teacher, and it's left up to us to grasp or extract the wisdom from your experiences and to make it become a part of your life, make it a part of your life, and to become one with your experiences. And so I was just thinking, some just the vicissitudes of life that we have to experience in this life. We're going to experience some balances, imbalances, and what seems to be imbalance, life will happen so that it will bring balance in your life, right? It'll bring some balance. And that's just my belief system. I'm excited. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for true connections. I am grateful to be where I am today. And I wouldn't take anything for this journey. I have experienced ups, downs. I've had a roller coaster during these years of living, and this is where you start extracting and learning, and it really become a part of your experience, and it grooms you. It can groom you, and it can make you a better person. Your experiences in life can make you a better person or a bitter person. It depends upon your perception of what you're going through, and we have to work some things out. But I want to say, before you become jealous jealous of me or anybody, before you start competing with me or anybody else, it would be honorable to sit down and talk to the individual to find out some of the experiences that they've had and are having in their life, from growing up to where they are right now today, from a lad or from a youngin, and all the turmoil that individuals have to experience and go through. Find out their background, find out what they've experienced before you start becoming jealous of or competitive with an individual. Because oftentimes you'll find out, 99.9% of the time, you'll find out that people have had some tough days, some tough years that they didn't talk about. They have untold stories. They have untold experiences. And if we just sit down long enough to have conversations, and having a conversation to hear and listen and understand versus to have a conversation, quote unquote, to respond. We have to be good listeners. And you'll find out that most people haven't had it easy. They make it look easy. And you also find out that some of the internal battles that we have had to experience, it really built a tenacity inside of us. It really built a, lack of a better word is, it built stick-to-itness in us. And most of the internal fights, internal wars that we've had to experience from children on up, it really prepared us for some of the things that we are going through right now. And it built us. We were built to combat negativity, because most of our lives we lived with negativity inwardly, And so when you learn how to let go of that and become free and expressive of your experiences, because oftentimes people don't share their experiences because of embarrassment to themselves, or trying to protect someone else's character. When you start talking about your own experiences and how it negatively impacted you, it frees you up. And it frees you to talk about basically anything in life. And this is why you have some of us who will verbally and publicly speak out against abuse, speak out against abuse of any kind: verbal abuse, psychological abuse, physical abuse, wherein we once held everything in. When we start talking about it, about what kept us in captivity, then it flows like a river, and then we can talk about anything. And I know there are things that people don't want us to talk about, but heal, talk about it, express it. Sometimes your expression may come through sadness, may come with sadness, or come with anxiety, because you can be so caught up in what someone else is going to think about your experiences or your story. But if I can say to you, tell it scared, tell it anxious, tell it being anxious, tell it upset, tell it angry, because these are all of your emotions that has to run through your system in order for you to find healing. So I'm saying this: before you become jealous and competitive, find out what a person has gone through, because on the other side of that, you'll find out that they're not afraid of anything that you bring to the table. They're not afraid of your competitiveness. Sometimes people compete. I know in my case, there are those who compete with my authenticity. They are upset and they are competing with who I am and what comes naturally for me, what comes natural for me, and they fight that, and so they don't like it. You can't do anything with who a person is and what they've accomplished and their dreams, and we view things differently. There are people who don't care anything about traveling. I love to travel. I've been traveling since the early 90s. I love seeing new things. But there are those who are they are jealous of the freedom. They're jealous of my freedom. I've had people to actually say, I'm jealous of your freedom. I'm jealous of your ability just to be able to just get up and go. And because sometimes people have worked so hard in trying to impress other people. They've worked their whole years to save their money, to become wealthy and to have money, all because they are hoping that someone would applaud them and admire them and admonish them. And then when they see someone else to them that doesn't look as accomplished getting applause, been applauded, or being loved or liked for who they really are, because you can't fake authenticity. You just can't. You can feel authenticity. You can feel when a person is loved. There's an energy that comes with that. And so there are those who are not any of those things. They don't have good vibes. They're not genuine. They operate from their core, and it's a dark core, but they become angry with your core of light. And most of my life I have experienced, if a person dislikes me, it's not because of anything I did to them personally or intentionally. It is because they dislike and hate. I know that's a strong word. They hate how other people love me. They hate how other people applaud me. For whatever reason, for my authenticity, I've gotten that most of my life. So I'm accustomed to it. But before you start competing and what you call it, sizing somebody up, and you're trying to maybe compare your life. I'm looking for the word comparison. You start comparing, say, well, I've done all of this and did all of that. They don't love me like that. People don't applaud me like that. I have this, I have that, and the other. Because a lot of times people are not interested in the things that you have physically, because none of those things you can take with you. And they want to know how you really treat people. Like, what do you do to help people? What is your energy like? Do you always come to the table with junk and confusion and mess and all of this, that, and the other? There are people who's looking for just genuine people, just being who they are. And that's who I am. So understand that the things that we've experienced in life, it built us for calamity. We have something in us, a stick-to-itness. We have built up, we have a fortitude. It's something in us that believe in who we are, and regardless of what you bring to the table to distract, disrupt, there is something in us that is built so strong that you can't even break that, because we've been broken enough. And when we got those walls repaired, and the dam was broken, and our life started flowing out and touching other people, you can't do anything with that. You can't do anything with someone who's been broken most of their life and withheld their trauma most of their life, and finally come to a place of peace and authenticity and a place of expressiveness. There's nothing you can do with an individual that have found their place, that have found their healing, that have found found out how to operate from their core and not to be ashamed. When we lose our shame of the shame that was done to us, that's a very powerful person. And I want you to understand that we're not weak. Now, we thought we were strong because we held everything in. You think you're strong, that's weakness. You are creating chaos inwardly. You're creating that. And so instead of creating chaos, learn how to let things flow. We're stronger than you would ever know. With the internal hell that we've had to experience, we're not the people to really play with. We know how to stand toe to toe and square our eyes, square our shoulders, and look eyeball to eyeball and tell you how we feel. And sometimes people are offended because you are expressive and you can express how you feel. They become intimidated by it, and they become insecure. They're already operating from a place of insecurity, which is why they are competing with you, jealous of you, because it's really the root is insecurity, and that insecurity led into jealousy, and then that jealousy led into hate. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave. People remember what they felt when they were around you, not by your fancy cars, your clothes, any of those things. How did you make me feel when I was in your presence? And did you think having the collective of things made you important? That's where people mess up. They think because of the materialistic things that they have, that's what makes them important. What really makes you important is your core. Who are you? Not the mask you put on in front of people. Who are you behind closed doors when no one is watching? Who are you? That speaks of your core. And people can only hide for so long. Eventually, that cover has to be pulled. If you could come as a wolf in sheep clothing, but somewhere You're going to hear a snarling. There's going to be you're going to see the teeth of the wolf. And you're shocked because you're saying, oh, they've been wearing they look, I thought they were a sheep. But no, you have to discern and pay attention to the actions and the movement and the decision making. Watch how people decide. Watch what they decide. Watch who they decide. Watch their belief system. Watch how they believe, right? So we are stronger than what you know. And believe it or not, there are those who will become jealous. They are jealous of who you are, how people clamor around you, how they connect to you. But they have no idea the things that you've gone through. So before you become jealous or competitive with someone, you don't know what they've gone through. Find out what they've had to experience. Because really, what I've gone through, you might die in it because you're not built to handle psychologically, mentally. You're not built to handle the internal struggles and the internal battles. That is something that it builds us. It in the beginning it feels so destructive because you're learning to deal with something inwardly that you can't talk about it. Society says you shouldn't share it. And what goes on in this house stays in this house, and it's nobody's business, and we're gonna hush about it, and we're not gonna talk about it, and we're not gonna make them look bad, but you feeling bad, and all of this is building something in you, and you're stronger inwardly. This is why I can move forward, because of all the trauma and the hell that I've had to endure inwardly that nobody knew about. It built me for this little, whatever people are trying to put it my way. So, I would suggest to you, if you're that person that are competitive, and you're that person that is jealous of someone, go to them and find out what they had to endure in life. You may not be as jealous as you would like to be. You might want to stop competing against that person. And if you are in a position where other people are attacking you through their jealousy and their competition, their competitiveness, breathe, sit back, relax. You've gone through tougher things than this. You've made it through a whole lot more than what these humans are trying to take you through. You're stronger than you know. Don't become bitter. Let them go. Move forward. Don't let them take up space in your mind and in your head. Let them continue the path that they're on. Because the hell that they are experiencing with trying to compete with you and jealous of you, it's spilling out of them. And it's like a cancer. It eats them up. It'll eat you up from the inside out. It's never good. The outcome is never good for the person who's withholding all of that poison. They can't sleep. They are constantly thinking about things and how to circumvent and how they're going to win over you and how they're going to be better than you. The same, not really the same outlook. There are those who compete with me. And I want to tell you that I'm competitive as well. But I am competitive with the old version of me. I'm competing with me, not you, neither you. I compete with the version of me that I don't want to exist. Prime example, I spent a couple of days in the jungle. Had an opportunity to reconnect. I disconnected from this world and I reconnected with nature. And today I'm home. But while I was journaling, I thought about how yesterday is gone and how that experience was yesterday and what is happening right now. My moment is now. And so I said to myself, that was days ago, it's past. All I really have is right now. How do I grow from here? How do I continue to evolve? I'm competing with, even though yesterday was great, day before yesterday was great, and I felt great, but how can I compete with the good part of me? With the good, like I had a good experience and I was good. How can I become great? Because good is an enemy to great. When you just settle with being good, you start working on being great. You just stuck with good. Your good is an enemy to you being great, because now you're relishing in and you're praising that good part and refusing to move forward to become better, greater than. So this is where I am. This is where I'm at. I'm competing with who I was yesterday. That's the old version of me. And all I have is like right this very moment that we're in. And hopefully, if I live to see tomorrow I'll be competing with the version of who I am today. So, take it for what it's worth. Please, y'all have a great day. And just know that there is a clock. There is a clock that's ticking behind us. And we don't know what time it is. And we don't know when our clock is going to strike 12. We don't know when it's going to be over, because we don't know. We're not in the know. All we have is now. What are you doing right now? Are you living in your moment, or are you so far behind you're looking at years and you still suffering from the past? Or you're suffering from what you think is the future. You're trying to, it's not to say you can't make plans, but your mind is already there in the future, you think, and is robbing you of right now. So comment under this video. What are you going to do? How are you going to compete with the old version of you? Not with nobody else. Don't try to compete with the Joneses, because the Joneses are in trouble themselves, because they've been competing with some other Joneses in their life. It's important that we learn how to be grateful for where we are and what we have. And are you living your life in stress? Are you living your life in bitterness? Are you living your life in destruction? Comment under this video. What are you going to do to compete with an old version of you?